All right, guys. So I hope you guys can hear me. I think audio should be working now. Let me just make sure. Mm. My video is off, but you guys should be able to hear my voice. I'll make sure to cover anything that we didn't get to earlier in the day. Again, there was a technical issue with the audio earlier. So again, I'll go ahead and cover everything that I was supposed to get to do earlier in the morning. Let's go ahead and start with the way that I wanted you guys to format your essays. Basically, it's going to be in MLA format. Make sure you put your name, the class information, English 1301, and whatever the next number and letters are in your class. And don't need a subject. You can put the date on there, and all of it is double spaced, and make sure that you're using Times Roman 12. If you don't have access to, or on your portfolio, your online portfolio, if you don't have that particular font, just make sure to use a font that's not over exaggerated, that's simple to read. Just for, again, just for your text submission. I don't want your text to be 14-point fonts or anything like that. Again, for your submissions, just make sure you keep them simple. If you have a title, go ahead and put your title. You can set your formatting through Microsoft Word. Through the paragraphs, I normally set the spacing to 0, and then here I put it at double, and that should kind of line them up for you. Make sure that whenever you begin a new paragraph that you are indenting at the beginning. Again, no weird fonts, 12-point fonts, Times Roman, double spaced. All right. And that's pretty much it. What you're going to do is, once you are done with your essay on Microsoft Word or Google Docs, if that's what you're choosing to do, then you're going to copy, control copy all, copy the text information, control C, and then you're going to post that on whatever your website is, whatever your Wix website. If you're using Google Docs, then you'll do it on there. Okay. So once you do that, you'll have no need for this. Once you get your Google Docs or whatever, then you just gonna go ahead and highlight the URL, whatever, www.wix, your profile. You're gonna highlight that. You're gonna copy and paste it and put it under the text submission under a module 2.1. All right. So we'll go to that. You should be here. This is where you're going to submit your multimodal literacy narrative. So what you'll do is, there's a couple of things that I still want you to do with this, and I didn't get to last time. I started talking about this. You'll post your URL either under write submission or your comment section. You can do either or. I think this is the best way, write submission. Post your URL to the multimodal literacy paper on your profile, on your portfolio, I should say. And that's how I'll have access to it. One thing I didn't talk about last time, or I didn't get to because we were cut off, is this multimodal literacy narrative self-assessment. And what I want you to do with this, there's one important thing. This particular attachment is here, or it's available to you, so that you can make sure that it's like a checklist for your rough draft, for your narrative rough draft. So it talks about dimensions of inquiry, different ways to kind of look at your paper or kind of go over it. And again, your paper is primarily about how you gained your literacy, maybe some of the obstacles that you had on the way, how socioeconomic factors may or may have not contributed to your literacy, any issues, any kind of thing that you can remember that affected your literacy. So what you're going to do with this particular attachment again is kind of just use it as a review sheet to make sure that you're addressing some of the questions, some of the things that should be coming out in your essay. And at the very end, the important part to this is the reflection questions that appear. Now, what I want you to do with these reflection questions is I want you to go ahead and copy them and paste them. And what you're going to do is either under your text submission or your comments, you're going to provide for me the link to your portfolio where your essay will be found. And you're also going to answer these reflection questions. All right, so there's like 5 of them, I think. All right, and it's going to ask you just areas that you think your essay succeeds at, and some where you might need a little bit more work. Again, this is a rough draft. This is something that doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, but it's a way to sort of check, assess your own work. All right, and you'll submit the link to your portfolio where you'll have the multimodal literacy narrative essay, and you'll also answer those questions for me. All right, and once you're done, go ahead and click on submit, and that'll get to me. So again, everything is due by tomorrow, the 28th by midnight. Any other assignments that you are late on or that you haven't finished yet, make sure that you get those done by tomorrow. We're going to be moving fast these next couple of weeks. One thing also, we will not be meeting next time virtually, which is Wednesday. I will be giving you some time to work on the next series. All right, so I'll make sure that I post that on your announcement. The next thing I want you guys to look at is Series 3. Series 3 will be open by the end of today. All right, so on Series 3, I have some dates. Actually, I don't think I've updated the dates on your particular class. English, yeah, 66. So you'll notice that some of these dates that are listed are here. I've already passed, so I'll have new dates set up for those. What I want to make sure that you guys do is Series 3.1 and Series 3.2 by next week, by next Monday. There's a couple of assignments in an introduction to inquiry that are individual assignments. You are asked to, I gotta get out of the student preview so that we can look at that. Right, let's go back. So again, Series 3, this will be available to you guys. The dates that I want, again, actually, this one looks like I don't know why it wasn't appearing. Series 3 should be available already to you guys. I'll make sure that the links are working properly, but if you click on Series 3, here I have the dates updated. I'm not sure why the dates are not coming out before that. But again, I will double check the links to make sure that they're working. So Series 3.1 and 3.2, the introduction to inquiry in the creative process. So what we'll do, again, this is kind of set up for us to finish it in 6 weeks, but I want to make sure that I do that before we're going to play catch up a little bit. So we're going to be going a little bit faster. All right. There's a few things that you just want to make sure to read in this section. There's some videos that you want to get to as well. There's a theory of writing attachment that you'll read. It's not very long. And your checklist to do as far as assignments is a free writing activity that you're doing for 10 minutes. And you're also doing like a little concept map, kind of how you did before as well. Um, and those are, I think there's a reflection, I think as well, and that's your assignment for this particular module, or 3.3.1. Again, take notes. We will discuss these videos, any of the readings that are listed here. And the due date for all of this is Sunday, October the 3rd. All right. So don't skip around, go through it, make sure that you're doing there's a proposal that you're doing that's going to be setting us up for a theory of writing project. Right now, it's just kind of we're under the brainstorming kind of part of the section. And again, we're barely starting. So right now it's just kind of trying to make sure that we understand the new module, and it's going to be slightly different from what we were doing with the narrative. So again, any assignments that are due with this module are due by Sunday. So 3.1, module 3.2, the creative process. I want to see also if we can go ahead and get this done before next week, so that I can go ahead and cover it on Monday. So on this one, I don't have the dates updated yet, but I will. And it looks like there's a discussion board assignment for this one, and a reflection. I guess this is where your proposal actually goes. So there's a couple of things that you'll need to do here as far as assignments for your daily grind. But again, I want to make sure that you guys start this section, some readings that you're going to do as well. I want to try to see if we can go ahead and knock these out before next week. All right, again, we will not be meeting virtually on Wednesday. So you're responsible for the readings and the assignments for these two sections, okay? The other thing that we're going to be doing in this particular section is talking about APA MLA formatting. So I think that should probably be the easier part. That shouldn't, throughout the semester, we're going to learn how to do this. So even if you know how to do it, or if you've done it in the past, we'll get a refresher eventually during the semester, or subsequently after this. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Again, series 3, 3.1 and 3.2 will be open. And we want to go in and try to get these done, any of the assignments that are done or that are listed for these modules before Sunday. If for whatever reason, series 3.2, I need to go ahead and alternate or check some of those dates because you're not going to have enough time, then I'll go ahead and post that. All right. I'm not counting anything late or anything like that so far. Eventually, again, your portfolio assignments, whatever it is that you get done, ultimately your grade will have to reflect that you've done all of these assignments. So again, I'm not really worried about you guys being just one day late or a couple of days late, as long as it gets done. All right. One last thing, or one other thing that I wanted to make sure that you guys got was to make sure that you guys have my current email address. If for whatever reason you're still emailing me at the South Texas College email, I want to make sure that you start emailing me at my UTRGV. This is sus.reina03 at utrgv.edu. Okay. So jesus.reina03 at utrgv.edu. That is where you need to make sure that you communicate with me from here on out. All right. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Remember, no class. We will not be meeting Wednesday virtually. No virtual class. I hope that you guys are working on your anything that you have not submitted yet. Your multimodal narrative paper that's due by tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything else. Oh, so I did mention earlier in the day that I'm looking into the possibility of us using Skype if it's going to allow for us to get more time access online. So again, I will experiment. I'll start experimenting with that and see how that works. And if need be, send you a link where you can go ahead and participate either next time or the class they're on after. So that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'll start posting this as soon as as soon as I finish with this recording. So have a good evening, and I will see you guys next week.